probably the most frustrating thing ever. But yeah, I just destroyed a Garrett turbo. Made a Loki.
It's alive, dude.
It's alive. We're at. Yeah, she hasn't slept in. You guys did an all-nighter again. Thank you, Ben. We made it to the dyno. This is. Oh, he's over here now. This is Jesse. Hey. He's our tuner for today. I'm looking forward to making some horse purrs with you.
Definitely.
Are you excited?
Yep. 100%.
Have you ever tuned an RB20 Neo before?
No, have not.
Yeah. Does it sound good?
Yes. Very good.
I'm excited, man. This is gonna be cool. Corey, you ready to drive this thing to Melbourne tonight?
Yeah.
It's a team effort, man. I don't even know how we made it. Also, we just spent, like, we've been here since what, 9 o'clock?
8:30.
Yeah, we've just spent like the last 3 hours diagnosing the weirdest TPS issue. It turns out the wiring loom was initially wired according to the Nissan pinout, which has more than one TPS input. The initial guy that wired it should have gone by the Link pinout because the Link only uses pin 38, but it was going to pin 56, which is where Nissan would send the sub plug, because normally these have 2 plugs on them, right? For the TPS, and it's kind of like this thing for traction control or something. Anyways, we fixed it. Now it's working. It just took us forever to figure out what was going on because stuff wasn't adding up. But it's idling, it's running, base timing is locked in, and we should be ready to do a break-in run now, which will mean we'll do some, steady state kind of runs and stuff like that, and hopefully embed in those rings, and we'll be mint. Make some power. I'm hoping for the magic number, 420. What do you reckon, Jesse? Yeah, let's send it. I still can't believe I own a pink 180 SX. Sorry, 200 SX. You. Also, good job on the hood, guys. Love it.
Janky as hell, isn't it?
This is the hood that flew up and got destroyed, but you know what? It's a hood and we need it. Calder Park required it, but they said we could have a hole for the intake, so that's what we did.
Some 4 a.m. janky side grinding. Like
nah, man. Was that at 4 o'clock?
Yeah,
Jeez. Oh, sorry, neighbors. But hey, you know what? We've got a new hood for it. To be honest, I'm probably going to get the Origin one that has a little bit more clearance, but we are also going to be putting eventually a Plasma Man intake on this, which will make this thing even spicier. I'm so excited to just see this thing drive. I want to hear this thing, man. I want to hear it like ramp up. We also are way too low right now. We got to raise it up. You guys know, function over form. That's my thing. So I want coilover and suspension movement. Let us sing, baby. This thing sounds so good. How is this a 20? Can't get over this. Today's video is sponsored by Surfshark VPN. If you don't know what a VPN is, it stands for Virtual Private Network, and it keeps your online identity safe by encrypting all of your browsing data. Privacy is definitely something that gets taken for granted these days, and you definitely want something protecting you from unwanted eyes like cyber criminals. As you can see, I've just changed locations, and there's the CD Civic. More to come on that later, but one really cool thing about Surfshark VPN is you can set your location to anywhere in the globe, which has been really handy since I've traveled to Australia, because I can still open Netflix, set my location to Japan, and make sure I can still keep up to date on my favorite anime. Not only does changing my location around the world help me while traveling, but also keeping me private and secure when I'm connecting to all the different public Wi-Fi's at cafes and whatnot to make sure I get the latest video uploaded, just like this one. So Surfshark VPN always gives me peace of mind that I am protected when on the go and traveling around the globe. So if you want to learn more about how Surfshark VPN can not only keep your online identity private and safe, but also make your life so much easier when traveling overseas and keep up to date with your favorite TV shows, check out my link down in the description. And if you use my promo code SAMMITDEAL, you will get an extra 3 months for free. Thank you so much, Surfshark VPN, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it. All right, we're on the dyno. He's gonna break in the engine. We'll do an oil change and then it'll be power on time. I'm excited. One very important thing that we need to do though is put your guesses down in the comment section and let me know, what power do you think this is gonna make? Remember, RB20 DET Neo, Very special engine, started off NA in a 34 Skyline. We took all of the rods, pistons, and crank out. We put the old R32 RB20 DET rods, pistons, and crank in it. Obviously, it's got forged rods and pistons. And yeah, I'm excited to see what it's gonna make. We got a G25 550. I'm hoping for around the 420 mark, 400 mark would be perfect. But yeah, put your guesses down in the comment section, and hopefully one of you guys gets it right. What do you think it's gonna make? 390. What do you think? What's your number?
420.
All right, my man. What do you think?
Honestly, with 420, we'll go 435.
All right. We've now finished breaking in the engine and bedding in the rings. We should be good now to start doing some pulls and getting it dialed in. Ready to make some boost? Let's go! Typical SAMMIT fashion, I had the wastegate lines back to front, so that's on me. Now we should actually be able to make controllable boost, hopefully. So Jesse, explain to us what's going on.
So we've got a high compression engine with just 98 octane fuel, and through the knock ears we're hearing lots of detonation even with really low ignition numbers. Fueling's all good, so
let's get that 98 out of there.
Yeah, unsafe to run it on this fuel, so it's just got to go on something better, so drain it out, put some E85.
All right, let's do 90, let's just do it, E85. We're gonna drain out the tank now, gonna get everything out of there. What we can do is just hardwire the fuel pump, and we'll just undo one of the lines up here and just drain it out into a jerry can, and then put that into the Challenger. Challenger gets some 98, and then we'll fill this thing up with the 85 and try to do our best and get as much of that 98 out of there as possible.
Now the Challenger is going to ping all the way home.
It all looks pretty good. But that just means we haven't heard it yet, which is good.
Yeah, no, that's great. We haven't heard it. That's good. Let's get the E85 in there, some corn juice, and she'll be mint. We have successfully drained out all of the 98 in there and there. Changed an E85. I swung next door to the Golby's, and they had the candy scented stuff. This stuff is so important. You need to make sure you mix this upper lube in your E85 race cars and all that stuff. It just, trust me, you don't want any moisture or anything like that contaminating the oil. It helps so much. Anyways, putting candy E85. She's gonna stay in the 85 car now. I don't think I'm gonna make it flex or anything. Today's been progressing quite steadily, hasn't it, Ben?
Yeah, it's been a grind, but each one is a step closer. One more tooth pulled out.
Just what did you say? We had to take all the timing out. It was only 4 degrees. 4 or 3 degrees or something. So now we can actually add 15 to that, and we'll be mint. She's gonna make all the power.
It's already pushing good numbers. Yeah.
That's not good numbers.
Good numbers.
Not for me.
Talk about refueling. You get
6,000 RPM.
You gotta refuel.
It's gonna be good. This is what we made before we gave up on 98 and went straight to E85. 297, 359 Newton meters of torque. Let's see where E85 gets us. No! We're already at 360. We just gained 100, like 100 plus horsepower on one pull. That's a big difference, but we were also able to rev it out. Now we can add ignition timing and have fun. 422 Newton meters of torque. This is good. Jesse's been playing around with the VCT and we've just started turning it on, and you can see here the difference. We gained so much more bottom end here just from enabling VCT. And this is why having the Neo head is so good with the 20. This big gap here is just going to be incredible. We just broke into the 400s now. It's time to get serious. We've been on gate pressure this whole time. We just made 401 horsepower at only 14 PSI. Starting to crank her up. I think it's going to make way more than any of us thought. This is really exciting. Please don't crack on me. Are we done, Jesse?
Yeah, I think so. So we've got a G25 550 on this one. And we've added a bit more boost up in the top end, but it's sort of not making as much of a difference with everything else the same. So for a 550 horsepower flywheel rated turbo, that's about right on roller dyno. So I think we're good to go.
And if this was on a hub dyno, what do you think the numbers would be? I think that was the pull just before the last one, because the last one we made a little bit more torque.
Yeah, but yeah. Looking at probably, I'd say 480 to 500 on a hub dyno, I'd say. Yeah,
that's a pretty decent difference.
Previous experience going back and forth with different cars, so yeah, definitely stout.
Cool. What do you think about this setup for an RB20?
Really responsive for a small engine. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Heaps of torque for such a small capacity engine, so yeah.
I think this is going to feel really good to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shame we can't test it or anything here, eh?
We got back roads.
Don't tempt me with a good time. My VCT gear has just kind of crapped itself, so that's what that noise is.
Jesse was saying it does still work, however. It's just really loud. Oh no!
Throttle got stuck. Yeah, it doesn't like that, eh? It's not no food. Yeah. What's up with that? Throttle cable come off?
I'd say that the crack in the plenum or major vacuum line off or throttle leakage problem, like a big vacuum leak. Yeah. That's probably also the answer of the that'll be it, boys. We're pushed.
Race cars. Drift cars.
Look at the fucking throttle.
No leaky. Well, We just destroyed another Garrett for probably the most frustrating thing ever. This is my oil feed going to the turbo and it's completely bone dry. And this is where it gets even more frustrating because this was supposed to be drilled and tapped, and it was drilled and tapped, but it was never done deep enough, I guess, because no oil is coming out of the feed line on the side of the block down there. Completely dry. So it wasn't drilled all the way in, or something's up, I don't know, but it was never checked, which is just something I never thought of checking, to be completely honest. So yeah, we seized up a Garrett turbo, and I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed because it ran this entire time with no oil, just water. That's impressive. But yeah, I just destroyed a Garrett turbo and I'm feeling sad, and now I don't know what to do. This thing is done and I wanted to go to the event, and now I'm kind of just like, is it worth us doing another all-nighter than rush? No, it's not. So I'll come up with a plan in a bit. Bye. All I have to say is Garrett is amazing. We have a replacement core that we're actually going to be getting from Golby's right here. Look at this. After hours, bringing me a free turbo. No, I'm joking. So Garrett is helping us out. Obviously, this is not an issue with the product or anything like that. I want to be very, very clear. This is an issue where the oil feed wasn't drilled deep enough into the block, so no pressure got to it, and we didn't know or anything. From now on, I think all first starts, I'm checking if the turbo has any kind of oil pressure, just to be safe. But we're replacing the CHRA that's locked up from this turbo with this turbo that they have on the shelf, and Garrett's going to send a replacement one tomorrow so that we can make the LZ World Tour. Obviously, Garrett's a huge sponsor for the LZ World Tour event as well, and they're huge. They look after me like crazy. So massive shout out to Garrett. Thank you so much. Let's get this thing replaced, and then maybe we'll put it on the dyno again and just make sure everything's all good. So I'm going to rinse that. Put 2 pumps and see what happens. Still on Ooh, that's a hot. Compressor housing is in amazing condition. We got out of this so lucky. Housing it looks fine, but it's just got a little bit of something on the bottom of it. Dude, we got out of this so lucky. This is amazing. Look at this. The housing is perfect condition on front, the compressor housing. The exhaust housing has a little bit of wear, but we're gonna just kind of sandpaper that out for now, and we should be mint. But that means that we don't have to re-weld this elbow. Hey, Santa. Yo. Hey, wait, you didn't get the memo? Only Coronas, man. Cheers. It's gonna be an all-nighter. Now he's done. It's a boy. Puppies. This is our new oil line, guys. It comes off the oil pressure sensor there and everything. We made it all work. Golby's made it work. We now have confirmed oil pressure here.
Yes,
all that oil, we're good. We can screw that on now, tighten her up, and now we'll have oil pressure in our turbo, and maybe it'll actually do things now and not seize up. I think what we want to do is just do probably a quick check, do a pull on the dyno to make sure that there's nothing funky going on, because possibly, like we saw when Daiki's turbo failed, we were seeing those weird like kind of things happening on the dyno. Maybe there was something like that happening, so we just want to make sure now that we got a happy turbo that everything's all good. We will do something with this later. For now, as long as it's got oil, that's all I care about. And just in case for some reason the drilled and tapped line on the bottom of the block decides to start shooting oil pressure out, we managed to put a cap on that too, so we should be good. All right, let's see if we're good now. Fuel pump, recycle, ignition, neutral. All right, here we go, lads. All right. It's alive again. And it's spinning. And it's churching. Yoo! Oh my God, that VCT gear got me good. That scared me. Yeah, it still catches a bit. I just want to see if we disconnect the VCT solenoid. It's the VCT gear. Yeah, the gear's a little sad. This was a gear. It'll be right. Yeah.
I'll try and grab one and bring it up with it.
Yeah.
Nothing else, all you just gotta do is plug in the strap, a bit of silicone, and we can go without even having it.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder why the VCT solenoid. I mean, it's not the solenoid. Sorry, it's the gear. Wow, that's a really noisy gear. Yeah, VCT gear is broken. We might just leave that.
I'd run no VCT until we get another gear.
No VCT until we get a gear then. Sounds much better now that it makes boost. Got oil pressure.
Much better.
Well, I think that's a wrap. Loki, Ben, Corey, you guys killed it. I think these guys are going back to their shop, pack up a bunch of spares for the weekend, and then they're gonna start heading down tonight. Thanks for watching today's video, guys. Definitely a little bit of a roller coaster, but I'm glad we ended on a good note. I still can't believe that we made it and that the car is now on its way to Melbourne, and a huge shout out to Ben, Loki, and Corey, because there is no way that car would be running without them. They literally, they saved that car and were able to get it done. So massive appreciation to them. Once again, guys, if you do want to see a lot of the stuff that happened behind the scenes, go check out Loki's channel. Her link to her channel will be down in the description. But yeah, guys, I hope you're excited. The thing sounds incredible, and I can't wait to see all of you at the LZ World Tour with that thing revving to 8,500. I may even turn it up, may make it rev to 9,200. It's all capable of doing that because we upgraded everything in the top end with those Kelford cam products. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Smash that like button, write us a comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace. I still can't believe I own a pink 180 SX. Sorry, 200 SX.